Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you all for appearing before this committee today. I want to start by telling you how much I appreciate your attention and that of Deputy Assistant Secretary Stacey Brown to the needs of Alabama's inland waterway system. Thank you for getting on the phone with me. Thank you for helping us work through this. As you all know, we had catastrophic failures this year, whether it be at Demopolis, whether it be in Holt, whether it be in Wilson. When these things happen, it disrupts entire economies. I mean, we saw it negatively impact our ag industry, negatively impact our energy industry, negatively impact our aerospace industry. So I am very grateful for your attention to those matters and helping us get them back up and moving. That being said, I'm also pleased to see that the work plan budgeted for repairs in Demopolis and Holt, and also appreciate what you're doing in Coffeyville as well. I think it is imperative that we actually fix these things before they become a problem. And so that's my question to you. How do we get to the place where we are doing the type of maintenance that is needed to prevent these failures, on time, on budget, but ahead of when they actually occur? And so, Mr. Forsgren, let's start with you. I know there's a substantial O&M backlog. I know when you're looking at all of the different needs across the nation, how do we make sure that we're appropriately taking care of our inland waterways system and not playing catch up, but doing these things on the front end?
Senator, the Corps basically does all of its O&M budgeting and proposals against the engineering and risk assessed, for risk of, risk of failure. And we prioritize those things with the highest risk of failure. Could there always be more resources in O&M? Absolutely. But we all live in a constrained environment. But the Corps in fact, they do a very good job of assessing the damage, assessing the potential risks associated with failure when they look at O&M. Have we been absolutely perfect with that? No. But
is it an issue of funding? Is it an issue of front loading that so that you have that? Or is it an issue of manpower? Like, what gets us to these points?
I think it's principally an issue of funding is too easy a way to say, it's easy. If we had more money and more people, of course we could do better.
Absolutely.
But I think it's more of a case of how do we really focus what we're doing and with the resources we do have?
Well, let's continue this conversation. I have limited time here, but I want us to actually dig down on this. There is no reason for us to get to the point of failure. We should be taking a look and making responsible upgrades and maintenance on the front end so that we don't get to this point. So I want to talk to you all about that in a real way.
Absolutely.
So that we can have a tangible pathway forward. I want to talk about a project that I think has worked well. And Lieutenant General Graham, I'd like to ask you about the Mobile Harbor Deepening Project. Look, we've taken it down to 50 feet. It's going to be the deepest deepwater port there, right there in the Gulf. This is a project that has been on time and under budget. Talk to me about how you achieved that.
In the few minutes we have left on Black Warrior 10 Tom, we are not providing a reliable transportation system that your constituents can count on. We own that. I stood down at the sill in Demopolis, and I had all of our smart engineers from around the nation there, and we were trying to figure out how could we have seen that sill might give way.
I appreciate you taking ownership of that. Thank you.
We absolutely own that. They got really inventive up at Holt so that we could get that back in operation with the temporary fix, and then we have the long-term fix in hand. But we absolutely are not providing a reliable system, and that's our commitment to
I really appreciate that. Thank you so much.
On Mobile Harbor, this is going to be a great year on the deepening. The key to success, stable, predictable funding.
Okay, stable, predictable funding. I only have a few minutes left, so let me talk about something there. In the WRDA bill this year, WRDA 2024, I included a provision in there that said no less than 70% of suitable dredge material would be used for beneficial use. This is critically important. We can do two things. We can make sure that we have the economic engine that is the Port of Mobile, and we responsibly preserve our natural resources. It is imperative. This dredge material material could be used for habitat restoration, for beach nourishment, for wetland creation, and I am not going to move off of that. So we have to make sure that we are good stewards of the natural resources that the good Lord has given us, and we can do both of these things at the same time. I am out of time, but listen, it is not acceptable that we have delays in this. I want to make sure that we figure out a pathway to get these answers quickly, and that we can speed up the process. It is imperative that we do so, both on the permitting side and taking a look at some of these overburdensome reviews. So I know that I am out of time, but do you have just a comment on how we can do that quickly? Because
Short answer
the
is,
chairman's being gracious to me here.
Senator, we are committed to beneficial use of dredge materials as probably the preferred method to dispose of our dredging material. And we are committed both on the permitting side and on the project design side to maximize the use of beneficially used materials.
Okay, let's go ahead.
Senator, what we're doing down at Dolphin Island is,
sir.
I think, exemplary.
Yes, sir.
What Mobile's district doing with a programmatic agreement so that we can get that all up front on the permitting. And that is, we treat the clean sand, clean silt as a resource for the environment and in terms of the beach protection as well. So,
Okay,
yeah,
well, let's work together. I am absolutely not going to back off of this and believe that we can do both things. And Mr. Chairman, thank you for giving me this time. I also, just a point of personal privilege real quick, I am looking forward to the confirmation of Adam Tell. We were baby staffers together, brand new in Richard Shelby's office, got to know each other. I've never met a bigger Mississippi State fan in my life, by the way. So you all get ready for that. But worked with he and his wife Shelby through the years. He is a true public servant. He is a tireless advocate for America's infrastructure. I mean, in addition to that, he happens to be an Alabama native, and so I know he knows firsthand the needs and how significant the inland waterways system is for our country's continued growth. So I am excited about getting him confirmed and getting him in place and having him in front of this committee, Mr. Chairman.